Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference for the Magnificent Seven London, a great night of championship boxing to be held this Saturday from the Oval Arena, Wembley, London. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors, Riot Season, 32 Red, and Unibet. It will be shown in the UK on TNT Sports and in the United States on DAZN. And if you can join us at the arena, tickets can be purchased through AXS.com. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Magnificent Seven concept was created by International Boxing Hall of Fame promoter Frank Warren 14 years ago, and it always delivers a stacked card of championship fights you do not want to miss. So now, without any further ado, we hand things over to your host, the very talented Dev Sani.
Thank you very much, the very talented Thomas Treiber. Should we get a clap for Thomas Treiber, by the way? So good, great clap. Come on, Thomas Treiber. Yes, so a brilliant show on Saturday night, another Magnificent Seven belter. We've got fighters at various stages of their career. There's former world champions. I look at Lawrence Okoli there, former two-weight world champion, looking to become a heavyweight world champion, wants to become a three-weight world champion. There's fighters here in Brad Pauls and Denzel Bentley who want to become a world champion, knocking on the door, who could well get there with a big win on Saturday. So many various talents here. Let me bring in Frank Warren, who is, as Thomas Treiber said, he's been putting on Magnificent Seven shows for years and years and years. And Frank, another belter on Saturday.
It's a cracker, isn't it? You know, Magnificent Seven, and that's what you've got on here. 7 unbelievable fights, 7 real good quality fights, competitive fights. And for the winners of each of these fights will go on to bigger and better things.
Absolutely right. Well, let's speak to a young man who is looking to go on to bigger and better things. Got a big 2025 lined up, Royston Barney-Smith, but needs to end the year with a win on Saturday night. How are you feeling about this one, Royston?
I'm feeling good, Dev. Preparation's gone well in the camp, and I'm looking to get a devastating knockout in Wembley. I haven't got one yet, so here it comes, Saturday night.
You're facing a tough Colombian who's coming to fight. He's going to be testing you, Royston, so you might not necessarily get what you want. How are you going to make sure you get the job done?
You're going to see on Saturday night, I've never looked as good as in the gym. I've been knocking out sparring partners, doing what I need to be doing, training properly, eating properly, sleeping properly, and Saturday night will all show.
I'll tell you, with your last knockout, you've done it in a couple of rounds. Frank here was very, very animated, and obviously you two have a great relationship since the very start of your career. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Frank.
It's good because we can call each other on a day-to-day basis. I've got his number, he calls me, I call him. And he's a great promoter, but even a better manager, to be honest with you. He does everything what I need him to do, and I hopefully can do the same for him.
And Frank, I'm sure you've been very impressed with Royston so far.
Very much. He's done everything that's been asked of him. He turned pro at a very young age. And I like guys, by the way, turning pro at a young age because I think they get moulded, they learn their craft better. But he's done everything that's been asked of him. He's got a great family behind him. I've got a lot of respect for the family. They're really lovely people. And he's got to come for a tough fight on Saturday. He comes for it next year, big year for him. He'll be in some significant title fights.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Royston. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday night. Let's keep things moving to the Big Bang. Not Gilles Zhang, Pierce O'Leary, the Big Bang from Dublin, who's looking to keep things moving on Saturday ahead of a big 2025, mandatory for the European title. Frank, I'll come to you first because it's been a bit of a headache getting an opponent over the line for Pierce O'Leary. No one seems to want to fight him. But he's in action on Saturday.
It has been a headache, to be quite honest, but it's a nice headache because we want him, he's part of Queensberry, we want him at Queensberry, and I believe he's going to be our next big star.
Well,
as you just said, 2025, big year. He can make it a massive year for himself. There's no doubt about it. He's exciting, he can fight, and don't be fooled by the Clark Kent appearance. I'm telling you, when he gets in that ring, that's Superman.
Well, Pierce O'Leary, you are fooling no one with the clock, and we've seen your knockouts, we've seen what you're capable of. I guess you've been hearing all these opponents pulling out. I guess for you, it's just about keeping yourself focused and making sure you finish the year with a big bang. Yeah, first and foremost, I want to thank the management team, Colin Boxing, and also Queensberry, Frank, and everyone else, for keeping the opportunity alive, get me the fight before Christmas, etc. It's set me up for a nice big 2025 now, which as I'm mandatory for the EBU title. I'm looking forward to that. But as I said before, it's a bit of a disaster with the opponents pulling out. I didn't think I was actually going to fight, but Queensberry, Frank, my management, and everyone else worked hard just to keep me on the card. We got it, and then it's all about going out there now Saturday and putting on a great performance. I'm expecting another KO. And you've made it pretty clear you see yourself as the best of the bunch of the super lightweights coming from the UK and Ireland right now. Do you feel like next year is the year that you start to really prove that, Pierce?
Yeah, of course. What I've been doing in the gym, sparring. I've been sparring Beefy, JJ Metcalf and stuff like that. I've been sparring heavier guys just to get the rounds in. I'm sparring anyone lighter, they're either getting flattened. So I'm doing something right. I just got to keep on going, and when my opportunity arises, I'm going to take it with both hands, and everyone will see me on the big stage then.
And I've seen the pictures you sparring, as you say there, JJ Metcalf, I think Liam Smith as well. They can't be much fun, Pierce.
It's fun enough. It's the boxing IQ that keeps me out of danger. So it's pay-per-view rounds. I think a lot of people are there from, I don't know whether it was Queensberry or Matchroom, who was doing the promos for someone in the gym. But they were like, Jesus, we never seen rounds like that. We'd pay to watch that again. So we're doing something right.
OK, well, we look forward to seeing you back in action on Saturday ahead of a big 2025. Thank you, Pierce O'Leary. Let's move to the cruiserweights. We've got a brilliant WBA Continental and Commonwealth Silver Cruiserweight Championship fight here between Alois Jr., the Animal, and Lewis Oakford, the Mighty Oak. Lewis, I've heard you talk about you've been training your whole career for this moment, and it's now hours away. How are you feeling, Lewis?
I feel great, yeah. First off, I want to say thanks to Frank Warren and Queensberry Promotions for the opportunity. Just definitely been training for this moment. And leaving no stone unturned in camp. I'm just looking forward to it. It's hours away, and I'm getting ready to tame an animal.
Well, let me bring in that animal immediately here. Lewis Oakford believes he is ready to tame you, Alois. A big moment for you, a big test. Tell us what you're thinking.
He calls himself mighty. Well, I call him the timid. Because look, fight night, what's going to be happening is, when I see him, he's going to be shaking in his boots. When I catch him with these shots, this tamer, this hunter that he speaks of, I don't even need to see no more words.
Lewis, at the launch press conference, you were talking about how all cruiserweights can hit. Anyone around your weight, they can hit.
Don't say he can hit. He can't hit you can't knock out a fly. He hasn't knocked out any cruiserweights. Don't say he can hit.
Okay.
Well, Lewis, that's over to you.
Yeah. Listen, I haven't got any knockouts. Yeah, true. But the fact of the matter is that whether I win by decision, you might be my first knockout. But either way, my hand will be
don't be dreaming, bro.
That's all that matters, man. That's
okay, man.
All the talking's
You've
done.
definitely been caught a couple times.
It's been great.
Sparring, you know? Maybe partially concussed. But it's okay. It's okay.
Let's not talk about sparring, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is boxing. You know what I mean?
What is sparring, bro? This is boxing, no?
It's boxing. Whatever happens in sparring doesn't matter. You get me? Like, listen, all you need to know is that Saturday night, I get my hand raised, whether I KO you, whether I win on points.
Bro. Look me in my eye, and tell me that you'll win. Look at me.
I will win. I
can't even see the conviction in this man's soul, bro. Come on, man. He's lying to himself, guys.
I don't need to tell you this anyway, bro. I've done the work. As long as you've done yours, then we'll meet in the ring. You know what I mean?
And I will show
your job, I'll do mine.
The timid.
That's all that matters. Just do your job, and I'll do my job. You know?
I'll do my job and freaking knock you unconscious, bro.
It's okay. Do your job and hope. Yeah, my job is all it takes.
Your job is to run around.
I know I've done enough to get my hand raised. That's all that matters.
Cat and mouse. You're going to be running around.
I'm going to be running around.
Chop you down.
You'll be running around.
Slowly and shortly.
You're going to chop down the mighty oak tree.
Absolutely. I'm the first man to conquer that.
Before that, I'm going to tame the animal. You're an animal. You're a little animal to me. I'm going to tame you.
Listen, old man, Grumps.
That's what I'm going to
relax,
do. Right?
Relax.
I'm going to tame you. What kind of animal are you?
All right.
I'm going to turn you my little kitten. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, my bro.
With my little kitten or my little mouse or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll see.
Anyway, look, talk is done, man. It's all good, man.
The man wants to be like Kratos.
Let's get it on.
God of War.
Yeah.
All that big beardy.
Nice.
I can't wait to see you, my bro. Yeah, don't be shaking up when I see you in the ring.
Nah,
I'm coming with that.
I'm here.
I'm coming with that.
You can see me. We're going to see each other again on Saturday. Listen, it's happening.
Huh? Bro, listen,
happening.
when I touch up his body, bro, it's going to be peak. I'm going to be chopping down that tree. Bang, bang, the mighty oak tree. Get
And I'll be
conquered.
stroking
Drop.
you. I'll be stroking you afterwards.
All right. I'll make you my girlfriend on fire.
That's what we did, right there. Sit you right next to me on my little armchair. Stroke you like that. Tamed up.
No worries, timid.
It's all good.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Not necessarily the threats I was expecting there. Let me bring in Frank Warren here. Brilliant fight that you've put on between two fighters, very much ready to go.
I think there's not a lot you can say, is there? It is what it is. You know, you're going to get a good fight between the two of them. I'm looking forward to it. I'm even looking forward to it even more now after today. It's going to be a great fight.
I know it's coming.
Thank you, Lewis Oakford. Thank you, Alois Jr. Brilliant fight Saturday night in the cruiserweight division. Let's move to the welterweights, where Sean Noakes makes the first defence of his English title against Magic Matthew Rennie. A brilliant fight. Let's start with Matthew Rennie here. And you will be the first man from the Isle of Man to win an English title if it all goes your way on Saturday. Could make a bit of history, Matthew.
Yeah, I'll be in the Isle of Man Museum after this fight on Saturday night.
How are you feeling about this one? Because it's some challenge. You've got Sean Noakes there, only Pierce O'Leary separating you. I know you're not going to chuck tables at each other, I get it. But he's looking at you and he looks like he believes it.
Yeah, listen, he has every right to. He's English champion. He's gonna believe he can win, but so do I. Do you know what I mean? I believe I can win. Everyone's probably sat here thinking, who's this muppet? I've never heard of him. But on Saturday night, I'll make a name for myself.
How wary are you of his power? Because there's been plenty of reels and TikToks going around about what this man can do when he lands.
I ain't got TikTok.
Well, Queensberry have, and
You're
Queensberry
lying
have been doing a good job.
You have. You have. The cow, I ain't got it.
He's lying.
Oh, he's lying.
But don't lie then. Tell the people the truth then.
But back to the question, Matthew. I mean, there's been a lot going around about when he hits people, they tend to short circuit. Things like that happen. How wary are you of Sean Noakes' power?
I've been in the ring with a lot of power punchers before. In the amateur days and in the pros, you know, I've fought people with more knockouts than me before, and I've dealt with them in the past. So I've just got to do it again Saturday night. It doesn't pay a difference for me.
It's a bit of a family affair for them as well. You know, you beat Sean. You might have Sam coming after you as well. It might be two for the price of one. Are you conscious of that? That it's a big night for the Noakes family, and you could potentially ruin it.
It hasn't played my mind. I'm fighting Sean on Saturday night, and I just have to beat him. He's in my way for bigger things for my future. So, listen, I've been on a small horse circuit doing it the hard way, and Saturday night, it's a dream come true for me. You know, when I win the English title, it opens a lot of doors for me, and you know, I deserve to be here. I've not just got given this. I deserve for this chance. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Sean Noakes, let's get some thoughts from you. First defence of your title, first time that you've been in training camp training as a champion. How's that been? How are you feeling about this one?
No, to be fair, everything's just gone perfectly this camp. Peaking at the right times, weights on point, everything's gone perfect. So I can't complain about anything. It's been the best camp ever.
I was watching some of your interviews after this fight was announced, and you seemed almost disappointed to learn that Matthew Rennie's a bit of a mover. So you're going to have to really work hard to get one of those shots that tends to, switch people off. Are you prepared for a fight like that?
Yeah, to be fair, my last opponent moved quite a lot, so I got used to it there. But obviously, when we looked at him first, I see him against Journeyman, so I was like, he comes forward, Kushti. And then we watched him against James Moorcroft, and I was like, no, he runs. But I've got to go after him, so I know what I've got to do. I ain't got to worry about what he's got to do, he's got to worry about what I've got to do.
Do you expect to catch him? Do you expect to slow him down at some point?
Well, I hope so, Dev. But say if I've got to go 10, I've got to go 10 again. I'm not bothered about either way. No, win's a win.
It was a good learning fight for you last time against Indabassi. What have you learnt from that fight that will help you beat Matthew Rennie on Saturday?
Well, I know I can do the 10 rounds quite comfortably. I know I can take things from that fight that I didn't do right into this next one. So, yeah, I'm ready to go. Strong as an ox, ready to box.
Good line. Good line. Finally, one for you is that you're boxing on the same show as your brother. I know you'll probably play down the significance of that, but I guess if you do very well and you go back to see Sam, that's a very happy dressing room. If you don't do so well, could have an effect on Sam. How much is that on your mind?
Yeah, that adds extra pressure, so I'll start the night with a bang or with a boom. It's either or. So, but hopefully we can come up. I'm just every bit in my mind tells me we're coming back. Both come back with wins. We're going to get a nice moment in the change room with both our belts.
Let's bring in Frank Warren here. It's a big night for the Noakes brothers, but also a big night for Matthew Rennie, who's unbeaten and coming to change his life.
Yeah, he's coming to the pride of the Isle of Man, and he'll be looking to try and obviously win the fight of the night, goes without saying. You know, the two brothers, you couldn't meet two nicer fellas.
Cheers, Frank.
Alan's done a fabulous job, and my son Francis manages them, and you know, I'm delighted they're part of our team. I really am delighted. Everything they've done has been first class. They've behaved first class all the way through, and you know, I just couldn't. Not having anything against Matthew, but I couldn't want anything more for these two than just keep moving forward and achieving their dreams. So Matthew, it's up to you, my old son, to do what you've got to do. But
don't worry, Frank, I'll do it.
You're in with a good fighter, a good young fighter who I'm telling you is going to give you some problems.
Yeah. All right, thank you, Sean. Thank you, Matthew. Brilliant fight on Saturday. English welterweight title on the line. Let's move to the heavyweights. What a fight this is, one that I've personally been looking forward to so much, been bubbling away for over a year. I'm sure a lot of people in this room have been waiting to see this fight as well. Sol Dacres, unbeaten English champion, defends his crown against David Adeleye. And I'll start with David Adeleye, the challenger here. Big hitting David Adeleye, big knockout percentage, but it's been a while since we've seen you. How does it feel to be in fight week, now hours away from this much talked about fight with Sol Dacres?
Yeah, it's good. You know, I've been here before. It's nothing new. And yeah, look, we're 2 days away now. We're going to get it on Saturday.
Do you feel any different to before your fight with Fabio Wardley?
No. Fight week, same thing. You know, I'm ready to rock and roll.
Do you feel like this is going to be a tough fight for you?
We'll see. I'm prepared. You know, we'll see what he brings to the table. But yeah, look, I'm prepared for everything, so I'm not really fussed.
You made it pretty clear. I saw you on Sky Sports yesterday. Saw you do an interview there. You plan on stopping Sol Dacres. That's pretty clear, right?
Yeah, we're heavyweights. That's what people tune in to see. Knockouts. You know, I'm the man to deliver that. So, yeah, Saturday night.
Let's bring in Sol Dacres, English champion, a defence that you've wanted for a while. Now it's happening. It's on Saturday, hours away. David Adeleye plans on getting the knockout. Of course he does. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that's every you know, fighter's plan, isn't it, to get the knockout and get the win? You know, that's what we do. That's what we're in there for. But you know, it could be a long night in there. We'll see how it goes. But I'm like he said, he's prepared. I'm prepared, and you know, we're at the stage now where nothing else really matters other than getting in that ring and seeing what happens.
He's been out of the ring for over a year. Are you surprised that you are his first fight back?
Yeah, I suppose so. But you know, he might have wanted to you know, have a tune-up fight or whatever. But you know, he's got to get back in the mix now. And you know, I'm not taking anything off anyone. You know, I'm just expecting the best. I'm not expecting no one to come in like ring rust or anything like that. I'm just imagining that I'm in there against the sharpest fighters in the world. That's how I prepare. You know, I'm prepared for 12, 15 rounds. You know, I'm just ready.
And at the launch press conference, he seemed to scoff at the idea of you knocking him out. It seemed to amuse him. What do you think of him scoffing at the idea? Is he underestimating your power?
Yeah, probably, but that's a him problem, and we'll see how it goes on fight night.
David, why have you gone for what looks to be, on paper, a difficult fight for your first fight back? Not gone for a journeyman, something to keep you busy, get back in the groove?
Yeah, get back in the mix. He's a good opponent to get back in the mix with. And I'm pretty sure he said something. He was talking some smack before, so I'm going to punch you in his mouth for that.
I'm glad I must have said something that worked then, because we've got the show on now, and that's what I wanted, the fight. You know, we've been talking about the delays, this, that, and the other. You know, trying to get this fight on for months, but we're just here now, and that's honestly all that matters is fight night, and that's all the talking's done then. So I don't need to say anything.
Just a tiny bit more talking, Sol. Just what have you made of being around David Adeleye in the build-up? Obviously, you hadn't seen him for a while, but you've had to do press conferences. You've done a little face-to-face as well. I saw you say to Boxing King Media that maybe he's been humbled a little bit since the Fabio Wardley fight. Do you stand by those comments?
Potentially, you know, he seems a bit more relaxed, maybe.
Because you ain't the person to go back and forth with. You've got a boring personality. You've got your mascot over there that talks for you. Like,
yeah, he's right. You know,
that's what it is.
I'm not one who comes out here, you know.
Should have known someone been humbled, and you just ain't got the personality to go back and forth.
I ain't got no like fake personality. I don't want to be no, you know, celebrity, this, that, and the other. I'm just a fighter.
Nobody wants to do that.
I just want to fight. That's all that matters.
Just a boring fighter, bro. That's what you want to do. Then it's long.
I'll wait for David to come out with the lines for the. You know.
There ain't no lines, because I don't know what you're gonna say. You're boring. Don't you get it?
There we go. Then.
Muppet.
Not more to say then, is there really? Like, always talking, it don't mean anything to me, because at the end of the day, I'm a fighter, it doesn't matter.
I can come out here and make it interesting and just cuss you out and make everyone laugh.
Good, but you just make him look silly.
It's that boring that there's no point doing it.
And I think you just, come fight night, it'll just look silly, because, you know, it'll all get replayed, so.
We'll see.
Best thing is to just tune in on fight night, you know, take the beating and then go on with yourself.
David, just final one from you. Why are you the man to inflict the first defeat in the career of Sol Dacres? Why are you the guy to do it?
Saturday night. Watch on Saturday.
Sol, any response?
Watch on Saturday.
OK, we will. We will definitely be watching, as will Frank Warren, who has made this brilliant heavyweight fight in a brilliant heavyweight division. Much on the line on Saturday, Frank.
There is. It is a good fight, very competitive fight. And the heavyweight division has never been so lively as it's been at every level. And the winner of this fight will go into a big fight next year. So there's a lot on the line for him. And listen, if you're into boxing, you're into heavyweight boxing, this is it. This is two guys who can fight and have everything to gain. The winner has everything to gain in this. This is a really important fight at this stage of their careers.
All right, well, let's stick in the heavyweight division. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. When it comes to heavyweights, Queensberry have had the starters, the mains, the desserts. All that's been missing is the sauce. Well, here he is. The sauce is now here, and it's the heavyweight debut and the Queensberry debut for Lawrence Okoli on Saturday night. Lawrence, the bid to become a three-weight world champion, it begins Saturday. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel good, you know. It's been good eating breakfast this morning, having lunch, eating breakfast, lunch and dinner the day before, so I feel good, feel fueled up and feel ready for Saturday.
I am you're almost showing off next to these poor fellas.
I know. I've had to make weight. It's not nice. But yeah, no, I don't have to go through that same stuff. The heavyweights here know they've been hiding that secret for a while, how good life is when you're a heavyweight. So I've been enjoying.
I'm curious what this weight is actually going to be now, because you haven't got to make any weight. Again, sorry, fellas, but there's nothing holding you back from, I guess, eating what you like. I know you've opened up a new restaurant. I know you've been eating in that restaurant for sure. What are we going to see on the scales from the sauce?
I don't know. I haven't checked, and I don't have to check, but I don't know. I'll be reasonably heavy. I'll be much heavier than I was at cruiserweight. I'll tell you that.
And what do you make of Hussein Mohammed? He is your opponent, sat on the other end of the table there, had plenty to say at the launch presser. What do you think?
Yeah, plenty to say, but, you know, actions are going to speak louder. I think Saturday is just a few days away, so we're going to find out.
Well, let's bring in Hussein Mohammed. You haven't taken your eyes off Lawrence Okoli. In fact, at the launch press conference, when he said he would stop you in 6 rounds, you laughed. What made you laugh so much, and what are you thinking about this fight?
First of all, hello, London. Nice to be here. And I was laughing because it just comes natural that I laugh, you know, because he knocked me out in the first 6 rounds, and I just said, good luck, Lawrence. I didn't have nothing personal against him, but if he talk like that, what can I respond to that, you know? Like if he say he don't know me and I'm no one and he will knock me out in the first 6 rounds, we're going to see tomorrow, Lawrence. We're going to see tomorrow, Saturday. We're going to see Saturday, Lawrence. Trust me. I'm on fire, man. Trust me.
All right.
I didn't have nothing personal against you, but you start talking and you're talking shit. Just be nice and relax and let's make a good show for the boxing fans, but don't talk like that, you know.
I'm not gonna do what everyone else is doing and have a back and forth. I'm just gonna deal with you on Saturday. I'm not gonna talk too much. We'll see on Saturday.
No, I don't want to talk too much. Good luck.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, God bless you.
Hussein, what is the prediction for Saturday from your end?
My prediction. I don't want to give the outcome to the judges. That's the only thing I can say.
And Lawrence, I think you're pretty much also don't want to be using no judges on Saturday.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I mean, as Adeleye said, this is heavyweight division. It's all about knockouts, and I've got several different ways I'm going to be able to do it with Hussein. I've obviously got the speed advantage. I wonder, even at heavyweight, if I'm going to be. I believe I'll be the bigger puncher. I'll be picking clever shots to the head, clever shots to the body, and just showing boxing skill. Do you know what I mean? And then we'll box our way to a big knockout.
But try to stay in front of me and box with me, not like moving this way, that way. Stand in front of me. I want that. You know, I want to. Even I knock you out or you knock me out. I don't care. But let's stand in front of me. Let's box. Not like you're moving that way. You know, slippy. Just stand in front of me. Let's box.
I'll choose how I feel on the day.
You know, really, I want the British fans and the boxing fans have a nice fight. 100%. I'm here just for a nice fight. Win or lose, that's in God's hands, you know. But I just want that, you know, very, very nice fight. I want to see my kids, you know. They say that's my father. He's a warrior, not the winner, not the loser, just a warrior. And I want to thank with my performance, you know, Frank Rowan who gave me the chance here. And yeah, that's the thing. Let's stand in front of me. Let's have a good fight, bro.
Your wish to get out on TV will come true.
No, I believe you're a good boxer. I don't say nothing against you.
Your dreams will come true on the weekend, don't worry.
What?
Your dreams will come true on the weekend. You want to have a big fight. You want to knock out and be knocked out. We'll see on the weekend. Bro.
I love that. Okay.
We'll see on the weekend.
Let's see.
But I will still box, just so you know. I will still box to get the knockout.
Again?
I will still box you to get the knockout.
Yeah, of course, you're okay, box, but don't run and slick here and that and this way, that way. Stand in front of me and let's fight. And don't hug me. My wife will be jealous, you know.
Brother, have a good one. Like I said, it's good having.
I love my wife. I love my wife. I don't want to get in trouble with my wife.
It's okay. Like I said, you know, I'm very experienced. I've been there before. It's just going to be a chaos. Fun. This is interesting. I'll be very interested on Sunday to watch this back after I stopped you. So
yeah, stop me. Good luck.
Much love, brother.
Please don't hug me. That's everything.
Much love, brother.
Okay, bro.
I've changed it. It's 4 rounds.
4 rounds. Okay.
Okay, best of luck to both of you. Great exchange there, some great lines. Frank, heavyweight debut of Lawrence Okolie against an opponent here who very much has the hunger and desire to ruin Lawrence Okolie's heavyweight debut.
Well, there's no doubt about that. But you look at, I mean, I'm quite surprised that, you know, we've sort of never really met that much, Lawrence and myself, but how big a guy he is. I don't know how he ever made the weight in the first place. But as you said, and I think it's very key to what he's saying, is that he's eating properly. He's not got to worry about the scales as such. He's a heavyweight. And then see what the difference that's going to make to him. He's very comfortable with that. And then we've got with Hussein, he's on fire. You just said it, he's on fire. He's got to try and put the fire out. You know, this is going to be a really exciting heavyweight fight. I really do believe it's exciting because I think Lawrence is going to go out there and show what he's all about. And this man here on my right, Hussein, he has not come here to make up the numbers. It's going to be a good fight.
Brilliant stuff, brilliant fight coming up. Thank you, Lawrence. Thank you, Hussein. Heavyweight division action on Saturday night. The Queensberry and heavyweight debut of Lawrence Okolie. Okay, let's move to the top table. A brilliant fight here, very well received across social media, and rightly so. You've got a wrecking machine in Sam Noakes, who's the European champion, British champion, Commonwealth champion. I'm sure there's plenty of belts I've missed out there as well, Sam, but he looks pretty unstoppable. But you've got a guy here in Ryan Walsh who is unstoppable, never been stopped, and coming off a brilliant first-round knockout win over Reece Mould, a fight that he was a big underdog in. And he sits up here at the top table, back again like you have for so many years, Ryan. You said at the launch press conference you're stubborn, you're consistent and you're disciplined. And that's what's kept you in the game for so long. Now hours away from this wrecking machine in Sam Noakes. Tell us what's on your mind.
You always do it to me, don't you, Dev? Ask me good questions. I ain't got time, and no one here cares what's on my mind. And I just say thank you to Graham, Joe, they're my trainers, my brothers, Frank for making this show. The biggest thing that's on my mind is gratitude. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to keep doing what I love to do. So yeah, that's the thing that's on my mind. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful.
He's 11 years younger than you. As I say, he looks pretty unstoppable. No one's found a way to beat him yet. How do you get it done?
I bring my own judges, because I've got 2 of them. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be the judge of this fight. I know he's the home fighter. I know everything's set for him to be successful. And let's just say the whole world's the stage, and we're all the actors. But I've never read a script. I've never been part of a script. And I refuse point blank to ever go along with a script. I didn't do in my last fight. This was very similar on a lesser stage. Come here, be the B fighter, be the loser. That's impossible.
You said something when we did a little face-off about a lucky number 7. There seems to be some sort of superstition perhaps working in your favour heading into Saturday. Tell us a little bit about that.
I'm not going to say I'm a massively superstitious person, but I've got an affinity with the number 7. It'll be on my shorts. It has been for 15 years. I'm in room 707. I've got a baby due on the 7th of the 7th. I did tell this Sam in the interview when I was looking at him. I couldn't have written this story better. Neither tried, so I do feel like there's a lot of nice things and nice signs leading up towards this night.
Let's bring in the champion here, Sam Noakes. Listen, Ryan Walsh sounds like he's got a lot going for him heading into this fight. He's got momentum. He's got the lucky number 7 potentially as well. How do you feel about this one, Sam?
Well, it's a shame my lucky number ain't 7, isn't it, to be honest? But, listen, Ryan's a top fighter. He's a veteran of the game, and he's been about, and I think he's been respectful throughout, and I think that's what it's always going to be, Dev, for me, no matter how much you get your spoon out and smile over there. But, listen, I think he's up for it. He wants to win. As he said, he's not coming part of the script. But listen, I'm the one writing my own future here. So he hasn't got a choice in the writing of all the parties playing, innit? So at the end of the day, I ain't come this far to come this far, and I know he's going to be my toughest opponent to date, and that's exactly how we've trained. So I think fan-friendly fight coming in. He don't take a step back, neither do I. He's tough. I'm tough. So let's get it.
And what are your advantages in this fight?
I'm younger. I'd say I'm faster. I'd say my pace I work at is probably higher. I mean, obviously he's got the experience and the better opponents. That goes without saying. You can't argue that. But that's only through me not having the opportunity to fight them fighters. So I'm on the way through, and I'm going to show by beating Ryan Walsh Saturday that I'm about this life, Dev.
And Ryan, for you, you heard it all before?
Heard it, seen it, felt it. I'm trying to lap this stuff. You know, I've been the British champions once before. I get to be the British champion again. That's my second lap, and that's something our family should have. My brother should have been the lightweight champion without COVID and all that nonsense. So it's only something, I'm only coming to collect something that I already believe we already once owned, or should have owned.
Do you think you are going to knock him out, Sam, on Saturday? Because, no one's done it yet. I think you're very good.
If I'm being brutally honest without all the charades and all these pressers, I think if it happens, it won't be through him going over. He's a tough man, listen, that's what I'm saying. I'm not just here to sell the fight, I don't need to do that, but there's another man in there that can take that opportunity away from him with the ref, and I plan on to be a very aggressive fighter and just keep hitting him the whole 12 rounds if I've got to.
That ref better not know me, and I better not know him. Anybody tries to get involved with me and you, they can do one. The ref's there as a spectator, the judges are there as spectators, it's me and you. You could be the unstoppable force, I'm the immovable force, and nobody's moving me. Come on, man. There's no footage of it. You can't find it.
We'll see that. I will find it Saturday.
This is the thing, and if the ref starts getting anywhere near us, I'll attack him first. Don't worry about it. The ref needs to stay away. Let us have a fight. We're going to fight. We're going to do our job.
So, mate, I don't run to the ref, mate. Don't worry about that. I'm up for the rough-legged fight that you're going to bring. Don't worry about that, mate.
I don't want no ref getting involved with us. I want it just me and you. There should be seen and not heard, you know? Just leave us alone. Let us do what we've got to do. We're coming to fight. We're going to fight. And I couldn't imagine a ref jumping on me. That's unbelievable, in fact. If you get me in a position that a ref has to jump on me, that's impossible. That's impossible.
We shall see.
Definitely we will see that. There's no way that the ref's getting anywhere near me.
No problem, mate. We'll see Saturday, innit? Talk is cheap.
Of course, it's the cheapest.
It's going to be good, this, isn't it?
It has to be.
Nice!
It has to be. It has to be.
Awkward silence there, wasn't it?
I think we may be looking at the fight of the night, potentially. Do you agree with that, Ryan?
If there's a bonus, I reckon Sam might even come out a bit harder, so yeah. Last time they gave me a bonus, I was all over it, so twice I've been offered a bonus in my life, and twice I've enjoyed that bonus. GBN managed to give us an extra grand, which was wonderful. So it's just coming up to Christmas, so I don't know. If anyone wants to throw a bonus in, I'd love to take it. A little bonus for a performance of the night would be wonderful. UFC do it. I'd like to see boxing start jumping in on this. You've got all those guys out here.
Go down in the seventh, you get a bonus then, mate.
What? Did I hear say go down? Is my ears hit? Did you say go down?
Huh?
Did you say go down in the seventh? Go down in the seventh?
Wait, if you want a bonus for winning, it ain't going to happen, my friend.
Me go down in the seventh? Are you planning to do something with the bookies? Me go down?
It would be nice, mate, if I knew
Me
what was
go
gonna
down
happen.
in the seventh. Me go down.
It's possible, mate. It's your lucky number, isn't it?
Well, it wouldn't be fucking lucky, would it? I think you'd ruin me fucking lucky number if you could pull that miracle off. I ain't going anywhere in the seventh. It's got to get to the seventh as well. Remember that? It's got to get to the seventh.
We'll get there, mate. Don't worry about that.
We're going to see, I suppose.
Saturday.
Don't ruin the bonus. We're trying to get a bonus. There's 14 men out here. It's Christmas. Anyone want a performance bonus?
No, I would like one.
Yeah, me too.
OK, thank you, Ryan.
Oh.
Thank you, Sam.
Dev, you're not getting involved? It's Christmas.
Yeah, I mean,
It'd be nice, wouldn't it? Merry
bonus
Christmas.
Anyway, but Frank, let's talk about this fight. What a fight. And they're talking it up as well. There's a reason why you've made this fight as well, and I think we can see.
Well, it's a great fight, isn't it? You know, they both come from fighting families. Brothers are fighters. That's what these two guys are. They're fighters through and through. And you're going to see something, again, special in this fight. There's no doubt about it. You know, Sam has done everything that's been asked of him since he signed with us. He's done a brilliant job in the ring. I think most of the stoppages, and went the distance once with Mendy, and it was a different dimension to his skills. He went out there and boxed and showed what a good boxer he is. And we're thrilled with everything he's done. And you look at what Ryan's done, certainly his last fight, when he was an underdog and boshed the fella out in the first round. That was the end of that one. This is going to be a good fight. There's no doubt about it's going to be a good fight. And we will see on the night who's the best out of the two of them. But one thing's for sure, the winner of this fight, again, as I said at the beginning, will go on to be involved in a big, big fight in 2025. And, obviously my son manages Sam, so I'll be a liar if I said I wanted Ryan to win the fight. But, Sam is, as I say, I think he's one of the best young fighters in the country, no doubt about that. And he can make it a big year next year. And Ryan's fought on my cards, I think, how many years ago was it? A long while ago, with his brothers. It was great to be involved with them. And one thing you knew about them, every time they come to fight, they fought. They had good fights. And this is going to be a cracker, no doubt about it.
Frank, he's the best young fighter, yeah?
Sorry?
He's the best young fighter, yeah? He's the best young fighter, yeah?
Yeah.
He's fighting the best old fighter in the country. I'm the best old fighter in the country.
You're
That's the best young.
fighter?
He's the best young fighter in the country. He's fighting the best old fighter in the country.
How about that? And I'm the best old promoter in the country. So we've got a great combination here, fellas. We've got a great fight on.
That's fair play.
Great stuff. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Ryan. All to play for on Saturday night. OK, that's a brilliant fight in the lightweight division. Let's move to the main event in the middleweight division. Former two-time British middleweight champion Denzel Bentley takes on Brad Pauls, who's the reigning and defending British champion. But there's also now the vacant European title on the line, and really hanging in the balance is a future shot at the World Middleweight Championship, all to play for in this fight. And Frank, actually, I want to bring you in here first to just talk about this and how things have moved in the rankings with the organisations as well, and what's really at stake for the winner on Saturday night.
Well, anybody who signs with us, they'll know we work very hard outside the ring, moving them into position, jockeying them into position. And we've got both these guys, the number 1 and 2 in the WBO. So the winner of it will become the mandatory to Janabek. And what more incentive do you want? It's a world title fight next year. You're the mandatory. No more than that. There's titles on the line, but that is what every boxer wants, to fight and win a world title. Well, this is your route, this is your road for the winner to do it. Don't need any more incentive than that.
Well, Denzel, let's start with you, because since the launch press conference, actually the stakes have gone up. We now know that the European title is on the line, and it's pretty clear. Frank's made it very clear. The winner gets a world title shot. Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah, it's nice, man. I'm grateful, I'm happy, and I've got to do a job December 7th before I can think about anything that's after, or world title shots, whatever. There's a man in front of me that's very motivated and, wants the same thing I do, so got to go to work.
You said you messed up the division when you suffered defeat to Nathan Heaney.
Yeah.
You said you messed up the whole thing, and now people are out here thinking they're the man. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, and they have every right to, but it's my job to go there December 7th, clean it up and get back on track to where I was meant to be. So December 7th is, 2 days away? Yeah, man, I'm excited.
How does he shape up stylistically for Denzel Bentley, Brad Pauls here?
That's his problem. I don't really know. I don't really care. I know I've got a job to do. I know what I've worked on. I know what I want to do. And I'm going to make sure I do it on Saturday.
And your last win, knockout over Derek Kasazi, was a bit of a reminder of those heavy hands. Are you going to remind the world how heavy those hands are on Saturday?
I mean, they've seen it twice already this year, but that's all done and gone. I've got to do it again for the 3rd time this year, and I'm looking forward to doing it.
I just want to press you on the thing that you said at the launch presser, and actually in multiple interviews around the start of this fight launch. You said you want to make him quit.
Yeah.
And you've said it a few times. Why are you so insistent that you want to make him quit?
Have I said it that many times?
Yeah, said it to Box Nation, said it to Queensberry.
That just means punishment. It means punishment. I mean, he's a tough guy. He's not going to go down off one shot. So I'm going to have to keep hitting him and hitting him and hitting him. And it's just punishment. That's what I'm looking for.
Let's bring in the champion, the man who Denzel Bentley wants to punish on Saturday night. You're in a brilliant run of form. You've had a brilliant year. How are you feeling?
Feeling good. It's a chain of fortunate events that has led to this moment. Best year of my career, most momentum I've had. And it just keeps getting better with the European title being added. I feel this fight's probably above British level. I'd say Denzel's above British level, definitely. So I'm glad the European was added, and now the incentive of the world title feels right. We was motivated anyway, but it just adds that extra bit for both of us. And yeah, everything I got as always.
Does this need to be the best Brad Pauls we've ever seen for you to beat Denzel Bentley?
Absolutely. It's what I said after the first Heaney draw. I needed to improve to win. I went away, I improved. I've beat Heaney, and now I've improved. I have to improve again to beat Bentley on Saturday night.
Have you got to change much, change your style, change your approach to him? Because when people put him under pressure, they tend to just get knocked out and pretty quickly. Have you got to make a lot of adjustments to change who you are in there?
You can't change who you are. I fight the way I fight. Denzel fights the way he fights. He has his strengths, he has his weaknesses, so do I. I listen to my coach. We do the drills. We know what works. We'll apply that. Denzel will do the same. And I think if I was a fan looking at this fight, I would be interested in how it would go. I think the styles will gel well. And now the extra motivation of all these titles added on is amazing. I was small hall 2 years ago, scrimping by. Now, 3 main events back to back, and a fight away from changing my life forever. So the motivation could not be higher.
Do you feel like you've already won When you're talking about that, how you were on the small halls and you made history for Cornwall, etc. Just by being here, is there a feeling that you've already won?
Kind of, but not satisfied. I suppose you just move the goalpost constantly. You win the title you want, and then it's the next thing. I'm always motivated, and yeah, just so much can happen after this fight, and it's all down Saturday night. May the best man win.
Says he wants to make you quit, wants to punish you in there. These are bad, mean intentions, Brad.
Yeah, I suppose we all boxers think the same. We all want to do that to our opponents. That's how we think. Yeah, ditto. It's the same. We both want the same outcome. We're both more similar than we are different. Denzel wants a world title. Denzel wants European. So do I. Denzel hits hard. So do I. So yeah, I think the style's going to gel. It's going to be a good fight.
The style's going to gel, Denzel? Or is this actually just a style that plays perfectly into your hands? What are you thinking stylistically for this fight?
I mean, we'll have to see, innit? I mean, whatever it is, I'll be prepared for. But I think it'll be a good fight. I think he's going to bring his best. I'm definitely going to bring mine. So I think the fans and everyone watching are in for a treat.
And if you do get a world title shot, if you do come through, do you feel better equipped now to become a world middleweight champion?
Doesn't matter, man. I've got a job to do, bro. Doesn't matter right now.
Do you feel this is something you've learnt from in the past, kind of not looking past opponents?
I mean, I never really looked past opponents anyway, but it just don't matter right now. I can't keep talking about... What am I talking about world title shot for? I've got Brad in front of me. Still got to win the European and win the British, don't I? So, don't mean nothing right now.
Why do you win?
Because I'm me. You lot have seen me fight. You lot can be the judge. I think I win. I believe in myself, but I'm sure he does too. So, like I said, 2 days away, man. It's exciting.
Brad, why do you win?
Play to my strengths, listen to the game plan. Everything I got, I believe is enough to get the win.
Any message for Brad Pauls here, Denzel?
No, no message, man. That's a good guy, man. I like that.
All the best.
Two lovely men, two gentlemen, two middleweights who are looking to inflict a lot of punishment on Saturday night. Frank, just final word to you on a brilliant, magnificent Seven show. We've had plenty of interaction here at this top table and a brilliant fight to headline it.
Brilliant fight to headline it, as you say, lots of banter. But at the end of the day, Saturday night, it's the real deal. Real deal, real fights, exciting fights. Outcomes, champions will go on to big fights in 2025. You fellas have all got it to go for. The opportunities are there for you. Go and do it and do your business on Saturday night and do it in style.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to everyone up here at this top table. Stick with us on the live stream if you're watching the live stream, and we'll see you tomorrow for the weigh-in. 6 o'clock Saturday night, TNT Sports. What a show. Thank you.
See this goes over there.
Mammy as fuck.
Fucking news to me. News to me.
Well, we're just awaiting some face-offs here on the stage. That was a lively press conference at times. I think there's a lot of fighters with some big plans. Now, boxing's a game of snakes and ladders at this level, and I think a lot of these fighters will very much be aware that these ladders, what happens if they win, could lead them to the very top of this sport or knocking on the door for even bigger fights. But the snakes are very much palpable. You lose a fight, sometimes it's a long way back. So a lot of jeopardy on Saturday night. Of course, the main event, Denzel Bentley against Brad Pauls. European Middleweight Championship on the line, British Middleweight Championship. There's a couple of extra baubles as well, but more so than that is that the winner will get a world title shot. Promoter Frank Warren has made that pretty clear. So we see him now up on the stage alongside Magic Matthew Rennie. That's not Magic Matthew Rennie, that is of course George Crotty, who makes his professional debut on Saturday night. He'll be part of the Queensberry stream. Does look a little like Magic Matthew Rennie, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But he'll be in action on Saturday. Former member of Team GB, very decorated amateur. And of course serves in the Royal Marines. I think Royston Barney Smith now. I think Frank approves of the attire of young Royston, unbeaten in 12 fights. Really a big 2025 ahead for this young man. Still 20 years old, but needs to come through on Saturday night. He'll be in action live on TNT Sports. It's a brilliant super featherweight division that he is in. It wasn't so long ago he was sat on the top table with Archie Sharp and Ryan Garner before their fight, and he made it pretty clear he thinks he's number one. In fact, at his last press conference, he said he wants Archie Sharp at some point in 2025. What a fight that would be. As we look at Frank Warren alongside Pierce Big Bang O'Leary. And it hasn't been ideal in terms of getting Pierce an opponent. There have been opponents pulling out. I believe one broke his back the other week, which isn't great, but he is mandatory for the EBU Super Lightweight Championship, and he'll get his shot at that title next year. Pierce Big Bang O'Leary, as Sam Noakes takes the stage with, this time, Magic Matthew Rennie. First defence of his English title for Sam, for Sean Noakes. He'll hate me for that. For Sean Noakes, Matthew Rennie, the unbeaten opponent from the Isle of Man, looking to become the first man from the Isle of Man to become an English champion. Comes with plenty of ambition, as does Sean Noakes. It's a brilliant fight in the welterweight division in this country. We're seeing so many fantastic welterweight fights. Not so long ago, Eko Essuman very much in the thick of things, still really the man to beat in this country.
The mighty Oak Lewis Oakford versus Adeleye, the Animal Jr. 10 rounds scheduled. It will be for the WBA Continental and Commonwealth Silver Cruiserweight Championships.
Now this one I am looking forward to. Adeleye Jr. and Lewis Oakford. Plenty of good chat up at the press conference. Lewis Oakford said that he's going to tame the animal, he's going to stroke the animal. Adeleye Jr. said he's going to chop down the mighty Oak. Brilliant fight. And Adeleye Jr., big puncher. Lewis Oakford has never touched the canvas and doesn't intend to do so on Saturday night. Fantastic fight in the cruiserweight division. Okay, it's heavyweight time now. Lawrence Okoli.
Hussein Mohammed versus Lawrence the Sauce Okoli. 10 rounds scheduled for the vacant WBC Silver Heavyweight Championship.
Plenty of chat at the press conference between Lawrence Okoli and Hussein Mohammed. Hussein Mohammed certainly not coming over here to roll over and
and give Lawrence Okoli his dream heavyweight debut. Did not take his eyes off Lawrence Okoli, and is not taking his eyes off Lawrence Okoli right now, who does turn away first for whatever that means. But it's a big night for him. Former world champion at cruiserweight, former world champion at bridgerweight, says he has every intention of becoming a world champion at heavyweight. Well, that quest begins on Saturday night. Lawrence Okoli and Hussein Muhammad. And we're sticking in the heavyweight division for our next face-off. So I can see Sol Dacres and David Adeleye now making their way to the stage.
Big D, David Adeleye versus Solomon, the real deal Dacres. 10 rounds scheduled for the English Heavyweight Championship.
Well, this one has been building. It's been talked about for almost a year now. David Adeleye and Sol Dacres. Sol Dacres defending that English crown, that English Heavyweight Championship against David Adeleye. We've not seen Adeleye since that fight with Fabio Wardley on the undercard of Fury versus Ngannou in Riyadh. He's changed up his team. He's now with Adam Booth. And he believes he's learnt from that. Has he learnt enough to get past Solomon Dacres and be the first man to inflict a defeat on his record? We will find out. What a brilliant fight that is. It's now Sam Noakes and Ryan Walsh.
Iron Ryan Walsh versus Sam Midge Noakes. 12 rounds scheduled for the British Commonwealth and WBO International Lightweight Championships.
Well, there is something very gripping about when Ryan Walsh has a mic in front of him. There's something even more gripping about when he has an opponent in front of him. Reece Mould was dealt with in one round in a bit of an upset quite recently, but this will be an even bigger upset if he halts the train that is Sam Noakes, the unbeaten champion, unbeaten in 15 fights. Plenty of good chat in the build-up to that fight. It's a brilliant fight. Sam Noakes putting it all on the line against Ryan Walsh. 11 years between them in age, but Ryan Walsh is stubborn, won't go away, but he'll need to be at his very, very best to pull off a win against Sam Noakes.
Denzel Too Sharp Bentley versus Brad the Nuki Bomb Pauls. 12 rounds scheduled for the British WBA Continental, WBO International, and vacant European Middleweight Championships.
Well, here is your main event. Brad Pauls, Denzel Bentley. So many belts on the line in what is a rejuvenated middleweight division. Brad Pauls has had the best year of his life. Got that win over Nathan Heaney, became the first to stop him. But Denzel Bentley is on a bit of a run right now, which involves him knocking people out and doing so very quickly. That is the main event on Saturday night. And I am delighted to be joined by Big D David Adeleye, and we'll have a chat as soon as we get a camera in front of us. Just a reminder, we'll be live from 6 o'clock on Saturday, and the return of this man, David Adeleye. How are you, sir?
I'm good, how are you?
I've missed you. I've missed you.
It's good to be missed. It's good to be missed.
You know, it's been too long. It's been too long. But how are you different now, as a man, as a fighter, compared to the build-up to your last fight?
It's much more experienced and whatnot. I don't want to talk too much. You guys are going to see it on Fight Night anyways. Like they say, the talking's done now. I don't need to sell this fight. And my opponent isn't the opponent to go back and forth.
You keep saying that. He's
boring. You've got to be honest. He's got a personality of a packet of crisps. He's boring. The man has got nothing to him. So what do I say to him?
This is a dig. I know you're saying I don't want to go back and forth. You are slagging him off it. You are saying he's a boring man.
Yeah, so be it. He can take it how he wants. So be it. I don't care.
His style, how does that work with your style? What do you think? I know you're going to say we'll see on Saturday, etc.
We'll see on Saturday.
But come on, give me something.
We'll see on Saturday. Honestly, I'm not here to do the talking. It's done now. We had a press conference last month. It's not real different to that. Wembley Arena, Saturday night, December 7th. The fans are in for a treat. It's good to be back. Everyone keeps asking me what it's like to be back. But I never really felt like I left. I was always in the gym. I was training. I've been in shape. I'm always in shape. I'm always in the ring. So it don't really feel any different to me.
To be fair, I've never seen a fat David Adeleye. You're always they're all there, aren't they? Presumably underneath.
Exactly that. They're all here, baby. They're all here, baby.
But what is it like with Adam Booth? You seem like there's a good vibe there in that camp as well. You seem every video that I see, and you haven't been putting too much up, but you just look happy.
Yeah, I am, man, and I'm in there with other experienced fighters as well. So I feed off their energy. I pick up tips from them. You know, and look, Adam's been in the game a long time. The man's been a coach before I was even born. So I think that says it all. He's an experienced coach. We've had a lot of time to gel. He understands me, I understand him, and I know what he wants from me, and he knows what I want from him.
Is there pressure on you in this fight?
I suppose, but there's pressure every fight, though.
More so this time than ever before?
No, it depends on how everyone wants to see it, right? For me, there's pressure in every fight, so this fight doesn't really make it any different. It's just a fight. We ain't got to make it harder than what it is. We don't need to hype it up more than what it is. It's a fight. I've been fighting for how many times? Yeah, it's nothing new.
Do you think it'll be awkward in there on Saturday?
We'll have to see. I prepared for everything. Had different sparring partners in. I've sparred the biggest, the best, the strongest. Look, I've been in there. So would it be awkward? I don't know. It's funny you said that because someone else asked me that. Dacres doesn't have this style to make it entertaining. I do have the style to make it entertaining. So we'll just see if it gels. If it doesn't gel, it don't gel. If it does, it does. I do not care.
In your head, is this one of those where you just put in that performance where you say, I don't care what you've all been saying about me, look at what I am, look what I've just done to this fella. Is this one of those?
Yeah, exactly that. And there's always been that. You know, I don't really care what people have to say regardless. What the opponents say. Like, I mean, everyone's got something to say. It goes back to what I always say, opinions are like arseholes, everyone's got one.
We apologise for the language, but listen, they certainly do, and there's plenty of those opinions in boxing, amongst other things. Yeah. While I've got you, because you're not making weight, let me just ask you a couple of things. Listen, Fury Usyk, what are you thinking?
Good fight. Goes back to what I said earlier during the week. I think it's going to be a good, entertaining fight. I don't see it going to the scorecards this time round. I think Fury can stop him, but if Fury doesn't, I see Usyk stopping Fury. I think it's going to be a knockout this time around, 100%.
Well, Fury's been saying that he doesn't have to do anything really different other than not mess about, not showboat, because he was at points outboxing and doing well against Usyk. If he doesn't showboat, just focuses, that he'll get the job done. Do you agree with that?
To a degree. I mean, I think a lot of people see the showboating as a sort of facade, but he does take it serious, doesn't he? Maybe he was doing it a bit too much at times in the ring when he shouldn't have, but yeah, look, he's really switched. He's a switched on fighter anyways. Usyk's a good fighter. Tyson's always switched on. When you get to that sort of level, it's about the fine margins. So I think you just got to tweak a few things, and yeah.
Why do you think he was showboating against Usyk?
Just an entertainer, isn't he? He entertains the crowd, he entertains the people watching at home. He's an entertainer. He's like that. He's like that in the gym behind closed doors when there's no cameras there. He's an entertainer. You know,
so he's showboating when you're sparring?
Yeah, there's no gimmick to him. It's what he does. Yeah.
Well, something that Daniel Dubois does right now is knock people out.
Yeah.
And he's doing so very well. But he's got Joe Parker in front of him who doesn't really get knocked out. Yeah. What a fight, Dave.
What a fight. I spawned Parker for this camp.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that, but so Parker's been in the gym working.
I'm getting crashed
again. He's a very strict coach, you know.
I'm going to get crashed.
He knows what he wants.
Sorry to get crashed.
Sorry, no, fellas, no.
But yeah, I think that's a good matchup for them two.
Yeah.
Good fight for Dubois, good fight for Parker. It's a good fight.
What do you think of Lawrence Okoli's fight on Saturday? Hussein Mohammed sounds like he's coming for it.
Yeah, he does. And but Lawrence is a good fighter, man. He's an Olympian. He's been in the ring how many times? World champion, 2-weight world champion. He's coming up to heavyweight. He's fighting a solid heavyweight. You got to give him his credit.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Look at the size of him. Like, you're big, but you're a bit bigger.
Don't do it like that.
It's a bit size-wise. Just size-wise. But how do you think he'll get on in the heavyweight division?
Good. Yeah. You just said it. He's big. He's as big as the heavyweights. I think who's bigger, you and your opponent?
He'll be a little bit heavier. But
yeah, a bit heavier, but they're still the same sort of size. Yeah, he's a fully sized heavyweight.
100%. Look, Lawrence, coming in on this chat, because we were just talking about, we'll talk about your fight shortly, but broader the heavyweight division right now. What are you thinking on Parker against Dubois? Adeleye here, Big D, has been sparring Joe Parker. What are your thoughts on that fight?
I think it's a hard fight for Dubois. I think they've been throwing him in, hard fight after hard fight. Big Baby Miller, Hrgovic, and then AJ. Yeah, although he's managed to get the stoppage of all of them, they're all hard fights. This one here is going to be tough for a different reason, because Parker's a good boxer, mover. So we've seen him against Wilder, we've seen him against Zhang, and he's able to negate the power and then win a points decision. So I feel like it's possible he could do the exact same thing with Dan. Like, it's not a far-fetched thing to think. But at the same time, Dan's on a great run of form, and if he does, do sort of what Dylan White did and just go in there and try manhandle him and turn it into like a dogfight, he could get to him. But Parker has put on some weight from social media, so I don't know if he'll be as easy to bully as he was a year or two ago. But it's a great fight.
Yeah, so you've been in with Parker as well in terms of sparring. Are you seeing that? Are you feeling that extra weight?
Yeah, he's heavier, and the thing about Parker is he's very controlled. He knows what he's doing when he's in there. He's experienced, got good balance as well. And goes back to kind of, if I echo what obviously Coley said, Dubois been there with hard fights, and obviously he's pulled through, but you got to look at Parker's form as well. Beating Wilder, beating Zhang. Zhang's a big heavyweight. Zhang whacked clearly. Parker managed to kind of stay away from him. Obviously got caught. I think he got dropped, didn't he? But
a couple of times against Zhang, yeah.
Man, he got up, brushed himself off, and got the W. So you just got to look at it like that. He might go in there thinking, look, Dubois ain't the same sort of puncher as Zhang is, and I managed to get it done. So yeah, but look, Dubois on form. His self-confidence is going to be sky high, and he's doing what he needs to do. So it just depends, but it's going to be a good matchup. You got to give credit to both of them. Yeah, obviously, give credit to Parker for taking it, and you got to give credit to Dubois for making that. What's that, a voluntary defence?
This is what everyone was crying out for this fight. Everyone was saying Joe Parker is the man, that he deserves it. But in terms of like the level of opposition, Dubois, this is unreal. We've not seen anything like this, I think, since the AJ days where he was just going through everyone. Do you agree with that?
No, I agree. I think, if you just look at the names, any of those guys could have been a world champion in their own right. If Hrgovic boxed a different guy, he could have been a world champion. If Big Baby Miller boxed a different guy, he could have been. And AJ obviously was a world champion. So I think at heavyweight, anyone could be a world champion, and he's managed to get through 3 of them. So, obviously his run of form's amazing. And now Parker, another former world champion, he's only 32 or so. He's not old. Do you know what I mean? So he's also got ambition. So I think as I said, it's a spectacular fight. The experience, I just wonder, because it's crazy to say because Dan's young, he's like 27, but he's got a lot of experience, but it's a different type of experience where he's gone through the fire, where Parker's more of a cool, do you know what I mean, as you said, knows what he's doing. So it's an interesting matchup, really interesting matchup.
It definitely is. Obviously, not to bite in, but yeah, they're both experienced in different ways though. Parker was a world champion, I think, at the age of 24.
24, yeah.
Dubois is obviously a world champion right now. He won a WBA regular. So yeah, look, he's been a world champion. They both had, I think, over 20 bouts. They've both been in there numerous amount of times with good contenders. They're both experienced. You're just going to see how, and I think their styles will match. I genuinely do, because look, Parker's not a pushover, Dubois is not a pushover. So and Parker whacks, Dubois whacks.
Are you surprised with Dubois? Because you've both known Dubois for many years throughout his career. Are you surprised he is where he is right now, and he's just knocked out Anthony Joshua at the National Stadium in front of all those people? Tell me.
Surprised is the wrong word. I think, look, he's come through the hardship. He's done what he needed to do. Like Lawrence said, as a heavyweight, anyone can become world champion. And when you whack and you're putting people over, chances are you will become a world champion if they're putting you in the right fights. He's done it good, and look, he showed grit in the Miller fight last year. Against Hrgovic, he had to overcome some self-doubts, obviously, that he had from sparring previously. He overcome that. And against AJ, he had to overcome people telling him he was going to lose. So, look, he's obviously on a high. Look, he's got a lot of self-belief. Parker's got a lot of self-belief. Look, we're going around in circles. It's going to be a good fight.
You echo that, Lawrence?
I agree, yeah. As I said, circles, good fight.
Circles. Okay, final one for you, Lawrence. Big chance for you to make a statement on Saturday. A lot of new stuff going on. This is a new promotion. This is a new platform, a new weight where you've been able to eat at this weight as well. What are we going to see from Lawrence Okolie?
Hopefully, same first round knockout. That's what we're hoping for. You know what I mean? As the last fight, that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, it'll be. That's my ideal Saturday night. I'll go in and stop him in the first round. But you have to respect the new weight class. These guys are bigger, throwing heavier shots. The shots are more expensive. There might be less of them, but they're a lot more meaningful. So I have to also match that and sink in some serious shots. And like I said, I believe if I do that, he'll break down.
So you're looking to go home early on Saturday. Are you looking to go home early on Saturday?
I am going home early. Dev. I got a question as well, Lawrence. What do you think of Dev?
To be honest, I actually think that he's the reason why I came to Queensberry, because he's in my DM saying the right stuff, and yeah, did your thing.
Yeah,
good stuff.
What do you think of Dev?
I think you're alright. I think you're good. You're a good little wind-up merchant.
I hate it.
I think
you can get people in trouble.
Yeah, you can get people in a lot of trouble, but if they're not intelligent, they'll get in trouble. If they are intelligent like us, then we're sweet.
Well, plenty of trouble, gentlemen. Thank you. Plenty of trouble on Saturday night, 6 o'clock. We will be live on TNT Sports, the Magnificent Seven. We'll be live just before that on the Queensberry YouTube. But this show is incredible. This press conference was good fun today. At the very top of it, you've got Brad Pauls, Denzel Bentley. So much on the line for these brilliant middleweights. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And you've just seen the heavyweights. You've seen Coley, the Source making his heavyweight debut. You've seen David Adeleye making his comeback after over a year out. He's got Sol Dacres in front of him. Sol Dacres is unbeaten. He fancies it. I fancy it. I fancy seeing you at the weigh-in tomorrow. We'll see you then.